A lot of men don't truly know who their friends are when it comes to how they treat women. Let's talk about it.
The problem is that a lot of men don't know the nature of men when y'all are not present. There's a side of your gender that we experience that you would never have to see, because when there are no real men around you, men are going to show who they really are. When they enter into a space where they know that woman is without a man, then we get to see the true nature. We get to see how y'all really are and operate, point blank, period.
I don't even know if I'd say a lot of men. I'd probably say most men, because most men are trained by society that their experience leads everything. And so what happens is that when women say we're uncomfortable, there was this thing, whatever it is, men are like, no, he would never be like that. I know him. He's a great guy. Anytime I'm around him, anytime he's around my sisters with me, and they center their experience, and that leads everything. Not realizing that when women are alone with men, that we experience men in a very different way, in a way that sometimes they don't show their male counterparts, because they potentially know that's problematic. And so because society has deemed the male experience the most important one, then they literally say anything that I experience, other people are experiencing it the same way. And if they say that they aren't experiencing it the way that we are as men, then they're the wrong ones, not us thinking that.
I think the question should be, are they very much aware of how their friends are in relationships with women they have in their lives, or are they just pretending? I believe up to an extent that some men, or most men, are very much aware they are just pretending. They have chosen to mind their business because they have something called bro code. Yeah, bro code. They'd rather mind their business and support their man, their friend, than for them to stand up for the lady and hold their friend accountable. Let's read the comments and see what people are saying. I feel like no one truly knows all aspects of a man. They review or change themselves depending on the audience. Mamas and sisters don't know him as the husband/boyfriend. That's true. Wife doesn't know him as the employee, his co-workers. His homeboys don't know him away from them either. Listening to a man's sister or friend tell you what he would never do after you've witnessed him do exactly that is beyond frustrating. I think the male friends know the men more than the female friends or the sisters they have in their lives. I'm not even going to talk about teenagers, because as teenagers, there are some certain things you keep away from your parents, from your family members. That is very different. I'm talking about adults. This post is about grown men that have women in their lives, grown men that have got families. These are the people we're talking about. This conversation is far away from teenagers. This one says, sadly they do. They don't care because it doesn't affect them. I totally agree with this person. It all has to do with the whole bro code thing. It's none of my business. Do whatever you want to do. I don't want to interfere as long as it's not affecting me. They do know they don't care. They know, they just don't admit it until they have a daughter. Exactly. I often hear men say, oh, I'm not gonna let my daughter be with a certain type of man. I don't want a certain type of man around me. But ask that man, are you that certain type of man to someone else's daughter? Most of them were or are still that certain type of man to someone else's daughter. So why are you being hypocritical? Why are you having double standard? You don't want some certain things to be done to your own child, but it's okay for you to go out there and do that to someone else's child. It does not make sense. This is coming from a man. Nah, we definitely know. He's admitting that men are very much aware. The problem with what she described has more to do with bro code. Some men know because they caution us about men. Don't wear this or don't be out late. I think they don't believe they hold any responsibility to address another man about their problematic action. I think this makes more sense, because to them it's like he's got his life, he's his family is none of my business. Sometimes they can even witness the man maltreating the woman, but they choose to keep quiet and mind their business. They know it's part of the systemic mistreatment of women so that they can get over on us. All the things that we are good for one thing and that our sole purpose on earth is to be there for them.
The thing is though, bro code is really traumatic.
What do you mean?
It's really traumatic. The stuff for us men that we have to put up with in bro code is so like, okay, like the term bros over hoes, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So you my girlfriend, and one of my friends find you attractive, and you sleep with one of my friends, I can't be mad at my friend because it's bros over hoes. I'm mad at you for sleeping with him, but I can't be mad at him.
Why can't you be mad at him? We gotta be mad at both of them.
Because it's like, oh, well, you my girl, so
she gonna get replaced.
It's not that she gonna get replaced, but it's like you supposed to turn that down and not betray me. But it's like, but as a bro code, it's like, well, I just showed you that she'll step out on you with anybody. So it was like, I just showed you that she unloyal.
Oh, but you're loyal too. Because
but as a bro, I gotta put up with that.
What? Oh my God. Yeah, that is traumatic.
But I mean, so it's like the shit that we have to put up with. And it's like, but if I complain or have a problem with that, then it's like, why you acting like a bitch? Or you tripping, you don't let a girl come between us. So it's
manipulative.
It is, and so that's why I say the bro code is traumatic, man. We got to put up with a lot. Otherwise, we looked as...
Honestly, bro code is not just dangerous to the women that those men have in their lives, but it is also dangerous to the men that are good to their partners but are not speaking up. If someone is committing a crime and you're choosing not to speak up, you're part of it. There's no excuse. You are part of it. So this is how men view things. Men are supposed to stick together. They are supposed to stick together. It's like we are one, but when it comes to women, they don't consider us to be part of them. They consider themselves to be part of themselves. And women, we are the strangers. So if something goes wrong, they would rather blame the woman than blame the man. Just imagine what he was talking about. Should his friend sleep with his girlfriend? It's okay for him not to blame the friend, but it's okay for him to blame the girlfriend, because to him the girlfriend is the problem. Because of the bro code, you're not supposed to blame your friend. That is stupidity. If you've been friends with that man for a very long time and you just started dating the girl and the man goes to sleep with the girl, shouldn't you blame the man that broke your loyalty? No, the girl is the problem. Bro code is dangerous, honestly. It's bad.
I said months ago that the red pill era was coming to an end. That this was going to be the death of that whole mindset. The discourse around men needing to be held accountable for the actions of other men is something that needs to happen. We may not like it, but in many ways we are the problem, okay? We protect abusers. We protect other men who do wrong because we think it's some kind of code. And if anybody actually does go against the grain and stand up for women or empathize with women in any way, it's seen as a weakness. But those days are absolutely coming to an end, because look where that's gotten us. Look at what's happening to society as a whole, because men are not holding other men accountable. And I know it's taboo for black men to come at each other in these situations because, we have to defend each other more in this racist society, but we do need to have this discussion with each other. Some of us have glorified all of the wrong things for way too long, and it's held us back. And if we can't open our hearts and minds to what Dante Kyle is saying right now and actually try to make real change within ourselves, it will continue to hold us back.
Is right. Some men intentionally call out other men that are nice to women. If you see a man post on social media where he is being intentional towards his woman, being there for her, treating her nicely, go to the comment section. You're most likely to find some men calling him a simp, because to them, a man is not supposed to be that way. They perceive that to be weakness. You would often hear men call men that are nice to women Jew men. You have no liver. You have no mind. Oh, you're not supposed to be like that to a woman. You're very weak. What does that mean? So to them, being mean to women, being hostile to women is manly. Being controlling to a woman is manly. You would often hear men say, if you can't control your woman, you are a weakling. Like, for real? So things like this are what shapes the growing boys, and then they feel like it's abnormal to be nice to women, but it's normal to be hostile to women. Should I even talk about the boys that grew up in families where they saw their fathers beating up their mom? or in an environment where it was normal for women to be beaten by men. All these things come together to shape growing boys. It is systemic. It's in the system. All fingers are obviously pointing towards patriarchy. This is what you're preaching. It's all about subduing a woman. A woman is the subordinate. A woman is supposed to be underneath a man. We see this play out in public places. We see this play out in our work environment, in organization. The moment a woman is very successful, oh, she's a losho, she's a prostitute, a man is giving her the money. So many men out there can never agree with a woman that she is the one working hard and making the money herself. They always believe that there's a man somewhere bankrolling her. And the moment a woman is more successful than a man, men start feeling intimidated. Let's have a look at this video.
Men start to feel inferior of me when they find out what I do. I'm 23, I'm rich, I'm fine as and I'm an aerospace engineer. It's 10 p.m. and I just got off of work. I don't usually do this, but let's do an unget ready with me as I take off my makeup and I tell you a little bit of the selfish reasons why I like being a rocket scientist. First of all, the money. Do you know what it's like to be 23 and make more money than most people will make well into their 40s? It gives me a false perception of what my life is like right now. I feel like my problems are way minimal compared to most people's problems at 23 based on the amount of money that I'm able to have as an income. And genuinely, I feel like the money just hits harder when you're this young. Like I'm able to put so much into my retirement. I'm able to go into any store, buy what I want. I can plan trips. I don't really have to think about it. Life is really good. This next one's not really a good or bad thing. It can be taken either way, but men start to feel inferior of me when they find out what I do. I feel like most men are on this power trip about their entire lives from the moment they're born to the moment they pass off on this earth. But when they come into account with me and they ask me what I do and I say I'm a rocket scientist, they're in utter shock. And suddenly my DMs are a lot less of like, what are you doing? Where are you at? Let me take you out. And a lot more to how do I get in the industry? Who are your connections? People will always assume I'm smarter than them the second they find out my job, which, like, book smart, true. I probably am. I'm really smart, studied a lot, was gifted, naturally smart. But a lot of my friends know that I'm very dumb. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm just human. I feel like people see I'm an engineer and assume I'm up here. A lot of times I am, but sometimes, remember, I'm just a 23-year-old girl. I'm just a 23-year-old girl.
Our comment section is a bit off because it's filled with angry men, bitter men, trying to water down what she said, trying to humble her and make her feel like she has nothing. Let's go ahead and read some comments. Who is going to tell her? No one cares about what you do for a job. We care about your masculine traits. You're way much about me. A lot of men make way more than an aerospace engineer. As a fellow aerospace engineer, absolutely effing cap. You aren't rich. You are upper middle class depending on what company you work for, not to mention 23. You're a year in, definitely not making rich money. Trying to pull her down, trying to humble her. This is what men do. So this is coming from a lady. 23, rich and aerospace engineer, flex. I don't know you, but I'm proud. Isn't this what we're supposed to do? No, but men are bitter. Let's read more bitter comments. I don't find her physically appealing. However, I enjoy an intellectual woman. Also, being an aerospace engineer isn't that difficult to gain your bachelor's degree. It's diligent. Just study. Making 85k a year isn't rich. Kids in this generation are doing that by streaming as teenagers. I would offer her a bit of advice and ask her to practice a bit humility. Men are trying to humble her. They are angry at what she said. This one said, step back a little, embrace modesty, humility. Those traits make us so much more attractive. Lots and lots of us have advanced professional degrees. I work on being a funny regular Joe. I'm 31 and I have been an aerospace engineer for some time now. Why do I not feel like this? The difference between men and women. How many men do you see coming to the internet to tell how much they make? We wish you well, but don't care. Educated man is not intimidated. This is why Kamala lost. What has Kamala got to do with this? Educated man isn't intimidated. For the fact that you mentioned it, it means you're intimidated. Why are you trying to pull her down? This is what most of the men were doing in her comment section. They don't like what she said. They are intimidated. They feel threatened. They're not happy. So they just felt the need to rubbish what she said, to tell her, we know people that are doing it. Your money is not that much as you think it is. Oh, I have it. Oh, I know someone that has it. That is what men do. They don't like it when women are successful.
The more prettier you are, the more men are going to try to humble you. Correction, the more insecure men are going to try to humble you. Some of them may even go as far as getting into relationships with you just to try to bring you down, just to try to feed you humble pie. Especially if that man has been overlooked by attractive women in the past. Sometimes they have a chip on their shoulder, they have an axe to grind, and they will take out their past trauma onto the next pretty girl that they meet. They will always try to belittle pretty girls because they feel overlooked by the pretty girls when they were in school, high school, or even college. So now they're out here trying to seek revenge for the pain or the humiliation that they would have experienced when they were younger. Just being pretty is enough to make them feel like they need to take you down a couple notches, like your beauty is going to irritate them. They will see you as a threat. There's something about your prettiness, something about your physical beauty and your confidence that will always make them feel inferior to you. And you're not going to be doing it on purpose. Just by being pretty is enough to trigger them. So in order to protect his ego, he will try to diminish you. He will try to break your confidence. He will try to humble you. An insecure man will always try to project his own feelings of unworthiness and bitterness onto you. Some of these men may even try to criticize or humble beautiful women as a defense mechanism. They're afraid of rejection, so they will try to belittle you before you even reject them. Now, if you are a woman and you've experienced this weird behavior from men, please don't take it personal, because it just says a lot about their internal state. Because usually it's just a case of them fighting internal demons. It has nothing to do with you.
You said what?
I doubt you're talking about referring to how women think of you.
Yes, with the way women compliment me, the way children compliment me is top tier notch. That's what I expect because that's just what I'm used to. And if my man is just like,
if girls
you're pretty.
Called you pretty, let me tell you something. If girls called you pretty,
they do.
But men never did. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't feel the way you feel about yourself. That's a fact. Because
what?
All my friends
girl, boy, you got me fucked. I call myself pretty. Look at me.
Even ugly people do that though. So like,
but ugly, like I'm sorry, but like I actually own a mirror, and there is nothing. It's impossible. You can't call me ugly. It's impossible.
But you're missing the point.
But do you understand what I'm saying? So if I know that I'm beautiful, do you think? Listen to me. Do not cut me off. Just give me a second. I'm gonna talk, and then I'll let you have the floor. If I know that I'm stunning and gorgeous and just absolutely, I can't believe that I'm real at times. If I know that and I'm with someone and all they do is just, oh yeah, you look pretty. Like I get, yeah, like, hey babe, how's my outfit? How does my makeup look? It's cool.
You're missing the
Do you understand? That's insane to me. It's almost disrespectful to be okay with that.
You're missing the point, but of course you would.
What's the point? What's the point?
The point is, you saying that you like compliments is not disrespectful. Mm-hmm. But you referencing, right, what you're used to, which at the end of the day is bullshit when you're telling me that, oh, I'm talking about how women and children think I'm pretty. Because
I'll tell you, the other day I went out and a man, you know what?
I'm still talking. I'll let you talk, right? I'll let you talk, right?
Go ahead.
Like, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
Like, if children and women were the only people that ever thought you were pretty or said you were pretty, you wouldn't feel the way you did. And that's a fucking fact.
So, okay.
For you to refute that.
Okay. When you
because
say
if all men thought you were, if all men thought you were ugly, right, but bitches said that you're pretty, you wouldn't feel the way you feel about yourself.
If women.
So when you tell me, oh, this is what I'm used to, I'm not thinking that you're referring to women or children because you're not. It is what it is.
Okay. Okay. So if men didn't think that, but women and children did, when you say you wouldn't feel how you feel about yourself, what does that mean?
Like how you feel like you're so gorgeous.
Well, I think that even if everybody on the planet called me ugly, I'm natural. Like.
Well, the whole point that I'm saying is that when you said.
No, but I do think that it's important. I do think that it's important.
Excuse me. I'm talking. The whole point was that when you said that this is not what I'm used to, you weren't talking about girls. So that's why I said it's disrespectful.
That's not true. See, that's not true. That is you assuming, and you already know what that does to you and me. I'm not talking.
I'm not assuming because I just gave you the cold hard facts.
But I'm telling you, you're assuming that I meant that for men. Whenever I told you, that's not what I'm used to. You're assuming that that meant for men, and that's never what came out of my mouth. That was you assuming.
It didn't have to.
See, but that's you again assuming. That's not my fault that you're assuming. I'm literally telling you. And also, just so you know,
You don't state something directly.
that wasn't even indirect either.
So basically, he's saying that a woman cannot feel pretty if a man does not validate her. She needs to run to a man for validation. Without a man putting that stamp of validation, she means nothing. Her beauty means nothing. Whatever she feels is irrelevant. Whatever other women tells her or children tells her is inconsequential. It makes no sense except it comes from a man. This is what the society wants. This is what the society has built over time, over decades, over centuries. This is how they've programmed us to believe. Men want everything to be about them. You cannot be somebody if you don't have a man in your life. That is why they say a woman is nothing if she has no man. A woman is not beautiful if a man does not say so. I don't know if that person is her boyfriend or whatever they're doing. That man sounds angry. I don't think he has good vibes for her. I'm saying this based on the conversation we just listened to. It wasn't a good energy I got from that conversation, honestly. So he's saying whatever she thinks of herself, nothing, is rubbish. A man needs to boost your ego. A man needs to boost your self-esteem. A man needs to boost your confidence. A man needs to validate you before you can be seen or called a woman, before you can feel like a woman. That is nonsense. It is insecurity that is speaking. Men should focus more on themselves because a lot of them out there, they are very insecure, and their insecurity increases the moment they realize that a woman is thriving more than they are. Men that are walking around with insecurity are very dangerous people to have around.
All I know is I don't want no man trying to humble me. I don't want you. Like, if you don't want me to feel like I am the one, like the earth is a better place because I'm in it, I don't want you. Like, a man that tries to humble you is a dangerous man. A man that tries to humble you would not be able to take you at your highest. They wouldn't be able to stand you at your highest. That's scary. If your confidence does not boost when you talk to that man or when you around that man on your worst days, whatever you consider your worst days, if he considers them your best days, those are the type of men we have to surround ourselves with. Anything else, he is a hater and he's sassy. Like, what? Pour into me, baby. Because if you're not pouring into me, I could find somebody that will. Like, why would I have to settle for a jealous man or an insecure man that don't want to see me pop my shit? Your man should want to see you pop your shit, and that's just what it is. If he don't, he's sassy and in competition with you. You gotta go.
Yo, let's talk about these dudes that be trying to humble their women. Any women, but especially their women, or the women that they want to be with. I saw somebody say once that men who try to humble you hate you. And I low-key kind of agree with it, and let me tell you why. So, like, I'm my woman's biggest fan. Like, I expect the most of her, and I think she can be the greatest person. I personally think she is the greatest person. I'm just waiting for everybody else to find out about it. And then I thought, maybe you think that if other people find out about how great your woman is, or if your woman knows how great she is, that will give her other options. So the question is, are you not great? Do you know it? Do you feel like you're getting away with something and you just don't want her to find out that she could do better? And therein must be the fear. You must be afraid that she'll find out about you what you know about yourself is that she could do better than you, which means you should start working harder on yourself, not trying to lower her expectation of what she should have. Like, let's do better than that. Like, what's wrong with you? And if you're with a woman that you think you should humble, that she should come down to another level, what does that say about you? I think anybody trying to humble you is not on your team. And I'm not talking about like correcting ego or helping you become a better version of yourself. I mean, people who are trying to forcefully make you feel smaller than you think you can be. Be careful out here. Some folks got a different agenda. They're not trying to grow. They're trying to shrink you.
Like I said, so many men are on the street with low self-esteem. They are battling with insecurity. So be very careful of the person you let into your life, all in the name of marriage and relationship. Some men are very demonic. The moment they are not thriving, they will make sure they kill anything around them. They will make sure the people around them don't also thrive. So be careful. Not every man you have in your life wants you to succeed. married. Not every married man is happy with the success of his wife. The other time I read a post, and this man had to confess to the fact that he had to pay the driver tutor, you know, when you're trying to learn a car, to fail his wife because he had failed his own exam. So he wanted her to fail, and she failed. I also read somewhere where a lady was talking about how she was sleeping and her husband sent an email, a resignation email to her work, and she lost her work because she just got promoted. He was pissed. He wasn't happy. So be careful. You just might be sleeping beside a demon. You might be sleeping beside your downfall, all in the name of husband and marriage. Be very careful. Bitter people are roaming the street. They do exist. If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch some bitter men say that women that are 30 and above are washed up. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.